With the news of Prince Harry's visit to the UK dominating the headlines, did you think I forgot that there was a hearing yesterday regarding Samantha Markle's long-standing defamation lawsuit against Meghan?
Well. Guess what, folks? Samantha Markle has finally done it. She's lobbed a grenade straight into Meghan Markle's carefully curated fairy tale. And this one has Harry shaking in his royal slippers. The claim? Meghan wasn't just sipping cocktails with her Soho House bestie Markus Anderson. Oh no. According to Samantha, Meghan's friendship with Markus may have been. How do I put this delicately? Let's just say Netflix would give it an 18+ rating. And here's Harry, the man who gave up the throne, the titles, and the family jewels. All to discover that the real jewels may have already been borrowed by Markus. Samantha Markle, the half-sister Meghan pretends doesn't exist, isn't mincing her words.
News of Prince Harry's visit to the UK dominating the headlines. Like I asked at the beginning, did you think I forgot that there was a hearing yesterday regarding Samantha Markle's long-standing defamation lawsuit against Megxit?
She says Meghan's relationship with Markus Anderson wasn't just about networking and vegan brunches. Nope. She claims Meghan leveraged Markus in ways that had nothing to do with avocado toast. And Harry? He's standing there like the guy in the horror movie who's always the last to figure out the monster lives in his own house. Now, let's talk Markus. He's not some random guy from Meghan's past. He's the big dog at Soho House, the velvet rope king, the man who can turn a Suits extra into a duchess with just one RSVP list. Think of Markus as Meghan's golden ticket. He wasn't just opening doors, he was practically carrying her across the threshold. And yet, poor Harry probably thought Markus was just there for the free champagne. Newsflash, Harry. He was there for everything else, too. Harry wanted to be the protector, the knight in shining armor.
Final attempt that Samantha has at trying to nail Megxit at the wall when it comes to her defamation case against her. And so here, the Courthouse News Service is reporting Meghan Markle's defamation.
But Samantha's allegations flip the script. Instead of a hero, Harry looks like the extra in his own love story. You can almost hear the tabloids sharpening their pens. The spare who got played. The same guy who marched out of Buckingham Palace demanding respect now looks like the world's most gullible groom. Honestly, if gullibility were a crown jewel, Harry would have it locked in the Tower of London by now. Here's the thing, Samantha's claims don't appear in a vacuum. They line up with what critics have been saying for years. Meghan's career and royal rise weren't about destiny.
I would say that's a strong case of defamation against someone, you know what I mean? But somehow Megxit just keeps getting away with it. And as I said, my understanding is that this is Samantha Markle's last.
They were about design. Markus allegedly gave her the connections, the platform, the access. Meghan didn't climb the social ladder. She built an escalator, pressed the up button, and waved as she passed everyone else. And when Harry came along, he wasn't the love of her life. He was the top floor of the building. So let's sum up. Meghan's half-sister says her friendship with Markus Anderson was a little too friendly. Markus was the social architect of her rise. Harry, once again, looks like the last man in the room to realize what's going on.
So an attorney for Samantha Markle told the panel that while the statements may be individually lawful, they came together for a result that is impliedly defamatory. So you've got Peter Ticktin of the Ticktin Law.
Meghan's life starts to look less like a love story and more like a LinkedIn strategy session. And the palace? They're watching with popcorn, delighted that Meghan and Harry's brand keeps imploding without them lifting a royal finger. Up next, who exactly is Markus Anderson? And why does he keep showing up in Meghan's story like a bad sequel character nobody asked for? Stay tuned. All right, folks, let's talk about the man of the hour. The guy who's managed to stay just far enough out of the spotlight while somehow being everywhere at once. Markus Anderson. Yes, Meghan's so-called best friend. Or, as Samantha Markle would call him, Exhibit A. And here's the kicker.
By Samantha Markle. Now, Chief U.S. Circuit Judge William Pryor suggested to the panel that, they were legally bound to uphold the dismissal of the case because Samantha Markle's attorneys failed to challenge Honeywell's finding the statements at issue.
Markus isn't just Meghan's pal. He's the human version of a backstage pass. If Meghan's life is a concert, Markus is the guy sneaking her through the VIP entrance while Harry's still fumbling at the ticket booth. Let's start with the basics. Markus Anderson is an executive at Soho House, that ultra-exclusive club where actors, models, and billionaires mingle while pretending to be intellectuals. Markus doesn't just work there. He runs the place socially. He's the gatekeeper, the velvet rope guardian. Think bouncer, but with better suits and way more secrets. Now,
is precluded from meeting the actual malice standard because the statement in question was presented together with plaintiff's version of events. Now, Samantha Markle's attorney, Peter Ticktin, has asked the panel to overturn this decision anyway, saying
why does this matter? Because Markus was Meghan's entry point into the world she always wanted. He introduced her to influencers, producers, and eventually the London elite. He wasn't just opening doors. He was practically handing her the master key to the castle. And what did Meghan do once she had the key? Oh, just unlock Prince Harry and drag him out of the royal family. You know, casual Tuesday stuff. Here's the thing people notice. Markus pops up everywhere. Birthday parties? He's there. Private trips? He's there. Big career moves? Oh look, Markus is on the guest list again. At one point, he was spotted sitting with Meghan in luxury seats at the Invictus Games, while Harry was busy giving speeches. So when Samantha Markle says Meghan and Markus were more than friends, people aren't shocked. They're like,
defamation case against Megxie. One thing that I want to point out is I'm very lucky to have quite a few friends that are lawyers, solicitors, barristers. And
yeah, that tracks. The man's been a recurring character since season 1. And here's where it gets humiliating. Harry seems to be the last guy on earth to realize how close Meghan and Markus really are. Imagine giving up your family, your royal duties, your military honors, only to find out you might just be the side character in your own marriage. Harry thought he was the leading man. Turns out, he might just be the understudy. So who is Markus Anderson? He's the gatekeeper, the enabler, the man in the shadows who somehow keeps stepping into the spotlight.
Secondly, to win an appeal, generally speaking, what you've got to do is you've got to argue that there was something in the judicial process that was made in error that...
To Meghan, he was opportunity. To Harry, he's humiliation. And to the rest of us, he's proof that this royal soap opera doesn't need writers. Because reality is delivering better plot twists than Netflix ever could. Markus Anderson isn't just Meghan's friend. He's the ghostwriter of her social life, the man whose fingerprints are all over her rise to royalty. And now, thanks to Samantha's revelations, his name may be the nail in the coffin of Meghan's carefully crafted fairy tale. So here's the real question.
The ruling that you're appealing against, that process was not done correctly. Therefore, the end ruling is not correct. So there was something in the process that was done in error, that was incorrect, that led to an erroneous and incorrect...
Is Markus the secret Meghan's been hiding, or the secret Harry never wanted to know? You could practically hear the tabloid editors popping champagne corks. Breaking news, Meghan's secret life exposed. It was like Christmas morning in Fleet Street. And the gift? Meghan Markle's credibility wrapped in gold paper, tied with a bow, and set on fire. The more Samantha spoke, the more the media salivated. Meghan wanted Hollywood A-list treatment, but what she got was tabloid fast food, cheap, greasy, and served in bulk.
Of winning the appeal. And it seems like reading through what happened yesterday and what the justice courts circuits are saying here, the judges, right? I think they're saying the exact same thing.
And now any brand considering partnering with Meghan and Harry has to ask themselves, do we really want to tie our logo to a soap opera that makes keeping up with the Kardashians look tame? Let's not forget, Meghan has spent years selling herself as the feminist heroine, the underdog who married into the monarchy and then bravely walked away. But now, the Samantha revelation makes that narrative look like a badly written Hallmark script. If Meghan was hoping to position herself as Diana 2.0, this scandal has her looking more like Wallace Simpson with better PR. And Harry? Well, he's playing the role of the world's most gullible husband, a part he never auditioned for, but seems born to play.
How Honeywell's ruling was made in an incorrect way. Where in the judicial process did she not follow? Where in the judicial process did she make an error that then led to her.
Meanwhile, the royal family is doing what they do best, saying absolutely nothing. Not a word, not a statement, not even a raised eyebrow. Why? Because silence is the deadliest weapon. Every headline about Meghan's alleged affair only reinforces the palace's message. Harry made his bed, and now he's lying in it. Alone. King Charles doesn't need to lift a finger. Prince William doesn't need to say a word. Meghan and Harry are self-destructing in high definition. And the monarchy is winning without ever firing a shot. This isn't just a scandal. It's a full-on brand collapse. Meghan and Harry wanted to be global icons of compassion and authenticity. Instead, they've become global punchlines, and Samantha Markle lit the fuse.
Hands of what it was that was the basis of this defamation. Now, Meg's attorney, Michael Kumpf of Kinsella, Hawley, Isa, Kumpf, Steinerspeer, and if I've mispronounced any of those names, I do apologize. He told the panel that
the media isn't just reporting on Meghan's alleged past. They're dismantling the glossy fairy tale brick by brick, until all that's left is Harry, standing in the rubble, wondering how it all went so wrong. So here's the final irony. Meghan and Harry left the monarchy to control the narrative. And now, thanks to Samantha Markle, they've lost control of everything. The narrative isn't theirs anymore. It belongs to the tabloids, the trolls, and the late-night comedians. And let's face it, this is one royal storyline Netflix won't be able to spin into a happily ever after. Ah yes, Prince Harry, the man who gave up the throne, the titles, the crown jewels for love.
Trump says, quote, plaintiff in her opening appeal brief heralds Mr. Boozy as one of the foremost experts on hate groups operating on Twitter and an expert in cyberbullying and online hate groups. In other words, even plaintiff, i.e. Samantha Markle, recognises that Mr.
What did he get in return? A tabloid headline reading, Meghan's secret affair with Markus Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just awkward. This is Shakespearean tragedy meets daytime soap opera. Harry isn't just a husband right now. He's a global punchline, and the worst part? He knows it. Reports say Harry was furious when Samantha Markle's claims hit the press. Furious at the media. Furious at anyone and everyone except the one person standing right next to him, Meghan. Because heaven forbid Harry ever admits maybe, just maybe, his wife isn't the saint he painted her to be. But here's the problem. Harry's temper is legendary. And when that red mist comes down, it doesn't take much for him to explode.
News as to what Judge Elizabeth Branch thought or said during yesterday's hearing. However, in terms of the result of all of this, what they're going to rule.
Rumors of slammed doors, screaming matches, and sulking retreats to Montecito's chicken coop? Let's just say, no one's surprised. Harry's humiliation isn't just private. It's public. Everywhere he goes, he knows people are whispering. That's the guy who gave up Buckingham Palace for Markus Anderson's +1. Imagine the pain, walking into a room, trying to talk about mental health or Invictus, and everyone's secretly wondering if your wife's Soho House buddy had better seating arrangements than you did. That's not a marriage, that's a roast. And Meghan? She's already in full spin mode, whispering about jealous half-sisters and baseless lies. But Harry knows the truth. The fact that Samantha's words even sound believable is the real problem. Because Meghan's track record with carefully constructed half-truths and glittering PR campaigns means people are starting to ask. If she lied before, why wouldn't she lie again? For Harry, every denial from Meghan sounds less like reassurance and more like damage control. And let's not forget, Harry has no safety net anymore. No William. No Charles. No palace aides to clean up the mess. He's out there on his own, clinging to Meghan like a lifeboat, while the world watches it sink.